Tell us about this grant you've received and the vaccine that you're hoping to develop.
Sure. So first of all, thank you for having me. The grant that you mentioned, which was with CEPI, the Coalition for Epidemic Preparedness Innovations, was to support the manufacture of a clinical batch of an mRNA-based vaccine that we're going to be providing to the National Institutes of Health in the United States to conduct a phase 1 clinical study. It's really a remarkable partnership of the global public health community already that those three entities are working together. An example of the kind of collaboration that's necessary when we're dealing with a crisis like this. It really is all groups coming together.
The creation of a vaccine, though, does take time, doesn't it? What sort of timeline are you looking at here?
Yeah, so what we've said, what the National Institutes of Health has said, and what we've also said is true, is that we're trying to do this in, for us, what will be record-setting time. About 3 months from when we first got the sequence for the antigen identified with the NIH to when we hope to be dosing in a clinical study. Now, obviously, we hope we can do it even faster than that, but what we have to do is be careful and responsible in moving forward a vaccine at this pace and make sure that we're doing it in a high-quality way, because at the end of the day, this will be dosed in humans.
Doctor, I wonder how you're using technology and previous experience with other vaccines for other viruses to help create a safe vaccine going forward.
Sure. So we at Moderna have been building our entire platform as an entity on something called messenger RNA technology. So messenger RNA is actually a relatively new pharmaceutical science, but it's a very ancient part of biology. It's even older than DNA that most people are very familiar with. And what we've been doing is developing a messenger RNA-based therapeutics. The reason we're able to do that is messenger RNA really is the software of life. It can be used to encode for and express any protein when you inject it. And so we've used it for well over a dozen programs in clinical development over just the last few years, ranging from therapeutics, where we're going to express a protein that either tries to treat or cure a disease, all the way through to infectious disease vaccines. And in our case, we actually have published 6 successful clinical studies with 6 different infectious disease vaccines, ranging from things like influenza, pandemic influenza strains, through to cytomegalovirus, which is a major cause of birth defects. That platform, sorry, yeah.
Oh, no, I just wonder how some of your biggest worries are with this virus, this coronavirus, relative to some of the other more pandemic outbreaks we've seen, like a SARS, like a MERS, like a Zika, Ebola. What most concerns you about the coronavirus?
Right. Well, I think it's what we don't know. And so at this point in the evolution of this story, we still don't know whether the containment efforts that have been put away around the coronavirus are going to be sufficient to slow down the rate of infections, hopefully slow down the rate of deaths. I think everybody wants to hope that that's effective. The challenge for us and other vaccines manufacturers is if we wait until we determine whether those measures are working, we will be too late to try and intervene in the event that the epidemic really spreads to a pandemic, and we need all measures available, like vaccines, to try and control that spread.